Hi, this is Jeff McKissick with the School of Networking. So what is the School of Networking? Well, I think the name speaks for itself. We've created an online school to help you better in your networking skills. Now, that may mean different things to different people. For instance, let's say that you're someone that's told, well, you really should do more networking, and you don't really know what is entailed in that, or even how to start, or where to go to do this networking that people speak of. This is a great course for you. Likewise, if you've just started in networking and you're thinking, man, I could do a lot better in my one-on-ones. I could do it, probably need help finding some other networking groups, or I don't even know if there's other groups to choose from. I could need some help with that. Or maybe it's a situation where I need to be better prepared for that 30-second, 1-minute elevator speech that everybody does, that everybody seems better prepared at than me. This is a great course for you as well. And finally, if you're someone who's really actually seasoned in networking, but you just need some new toys to play with, some new skill sets, some new strategies, believe it or not, this is for you too. We're going to be talking about a myriad of different things, all pertaining to networking and networking groups. And it's broken down to 8 different modules in the course. The first module you're actually going to get for free. You'll click the link below here in a second, and you'll actually get a sneak preview of my buddy Tim and I actually doing the first module absolutely free. We're going to be talking about the necessity of building rapport and why it's important to build know, like, and trust in your business relationships, and why your network is your net worth, and all the extra benefits of actually developing relationships with people in business. All that's going to be the first module, and that one's totally free. The second module is going to go into the groups themselves, and we're going to be talking about chambers of commerce. We're going to be talking about independent networking groups like BNI and others that are more organic. And then we're going to be talking about trade associations and professional associations. What are these groups? How do you find these groups? How do you research these groups? And when you do attend, how do you better work those rooms? How do you do one-on-ones? How do you email introductions? How do you receive email introductions to people in the room? How do you actually position yourself physically in the room? Because believe it or not, where you physically sit in the room is also part of your strategy, and we're going to talk about that as well. The third module, we really delve more into that whole idea of the 30-second and 1-minute elevator speech, and how it's not just something you do in networking. How you develop that tagline, how you develop your brand is something that will translate outside the room, even to the point which you're on an airplane or an elevator, and someone asks that million-dollar question, so, what do you do for a living? How you respond to that question, or how you should respond to that question in order for it to develop further conversations and potentially even business opportunities. That's in Module 3. Module 4, we're going to talk about mixers and happy hours, the thou shalt and the thou shalt better nots that are out there that you should apply to the mixers. And how do you find these mixers and happy hours? How do they work with the chambers of commerce? How do they work with the networking groups? How do they work with the trade associations and professional associations? So how do you properly work those without being that person in the room that everybody goes, oh, so-and-so's here, don't get near them. You don't want to be that person, but what keeps you from being that person? Module 5, we're going to devote entirely to professional and trade associations, something to me that is found money and found gold, but most people, even experienced networkers, many times have no clue of, and yet it could be your next greatest profit center and revenue stream for your business, whether you're B2B or B2C. So we're going to develop a whole section, probably at 20 to 30 minutes, just on those associations and the opportunities that lie in those vertical markets. The 6th area we're going to be talking about is LinkedIn and how to leverage LinkedIn in your networking. Because if you're going to all these groups, even above your email, above your website, one of the ways people want to connect with you is on LinkedIn. So what should you do to level up your LinkedIn presence? We'll talk about some of the other social media platforms too. But we're going to be talking about professional networking. You cannot escape LinkedIn. The 7th module we're going to be talking about is value add. And that can be a value add offering, it can be a value add event, but the whole idea is your unique selling proposition to attract not only potentially new clients, but also how do you help retain the clients that you do have? You're saying, well, Jeff, I don't understand how that pertains to networking. You will. And then finally, the last section we're going to be talking about, the last module, is on starting your own networking group. Have you thought about it? Are you thinking about it now? Has someone mentioned, hey, you should actually start one of these groups? As someone who has ran 3 weekly groups successfully for about a decade and helped start 14 others in a major metropolitan area, I know the really quick starts. I know the things that can help you. I know the things that can hurt you. I know the things that you can count on others to do and the things that you can only look to you to do yourself in these type of groups, especially as a leader within them. So if you are even thinking in the future about starting a networking group on your own, you will absolutely appreciate that final module, where I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the, oh my gosh, what was I thinking when I started this? Yes, I'll save you a lot of time, a lot of pain, and a lot of money by just simply watching that one section. So those are the things that we're going to cover. And again, as someone who has devoted probably a good 20 years, 2 decades of my life to professional networking, run 3 professional networking groups for about a decade here in Dallas, a major metropolitan area, 3 very successful weekly groups, and helped start 14 others. A little bit of experience when it comes to this topic. This experience I hope to share with you. So if at all interested, if at all curious about this, click the link below. That will take you to the very first module where you'll see my buddy Tim Vasquez and I discussing the whole necessity of rapport building and building know, like, and trust as you begin your networking journey. If you like what you see there, we hope to see you in the rest of the course. This is Jeff McKissick on behalf of the School of Networking, teaching you how to spot opportunities lest they miss you in the process. See you on the next video.